Well, even though it's an insanely beautiful day out, I don't know if you can see over my shoulder there, but we're talking unbelievable. We're talking low humidities, we're talking temperatures in the upper 70s, and we are coming into the shop. Yep, we got a little bit of work to do today. And not that I want to be inside today, but I've got some stuff to do because I have some hives that need some equipment. But today, my least favorite thing in beekeeping. And I found a way to do it a little bit quicker, a little bit easier, and hopefully this will help you guys out a little bit. But it's painting hives. Not a fan, but I found a quicker way to do it. And we're going to try to make that happen today and show you how I do it. And it's pretty simple, not much to it. And I'm gonna take you through setup all the way to getting them painted. So let's get to it. Setup for this is really pretty simple because there's just not a lot of equipment to it. But keep it simple, right? That's the key, kiss it, keep it simple, stupid. So, gotta get rid of this area, but I'm gonna keep my hive bodies on here. It just makes it easy for me right now. So we're gonna push all this out of the way. Smartest thing I ever did was put every single one of my workbenches on rollers because everything's the same height, everything moves around. That's a whole different story, but here we go. Equipment consists of 2 sawhorses, but I forgot that the sawhorses go on top of some sort of a drop cloth because, well, let's face it, I'm a flippin' pig. I got 1 down, I got 2. Now here's the piece to resist all. I call this my flipper. So how does it work? Bodies and supers just simply slide on. Just slide it on like that. So now what you have is basically a big flat surface in which to paint. So now I gotta get the paint ready to go, and we're gonna make that happen real quick. We're gonna talk about paint for a little bit, real quick. Paint, you just want a quality outdoor paint. I don't even remember where I got this from. Normally I get my paint from Sherwin Williams. In the back room, the guys are looking out for me. When I get a lighter color, they give me a call. And I go over and I pick up cans of paint. Here's one that's empty, solo. It was an indoor-outdoor paint. This bucket set me back about, I think he charged me $1.50 for it. There's no need. It's like, go and get mis-tints, and they will gladly sell you those because they're sitting in the back room. They can't do anything with them, and they'd rather do that than have to pay to have them recycled someplace. Okay, we're going to give this a quick stir because it's been a hot minute since I used this stuff. You can tell because it's sort of white, sort of not. But the thing is, okay, yes, you can do pretty hives, and you've seen my wife's handiwork in the backyard. The garden club, she did an amazing job. But when I've got hives that are out on a farm, and basically I'm the only one that sees them, just give me some white paint. Okay, that is stirred enough for me. Now the simple part, pour it in, and let's get to painting. So here's the beauty of this system is, well, number one, the one thing I like the least is these little handholds, but you got to get them done because they're open wood and they will rot. So we're going to do handholds, and I'm not clean at all. I mean, I'm stopping paint because I really don't care what they look like. I'm doing this because I want my hives protected and I'd like to get some years of use out of them. And the only way to do that is to protect your investment. And you protect your investment by putting paint on your hives. I think white was the original color because people thought that it kept the hives cooler. probably does in some senses, but you know, I don't know that I've ever in the wild seen bees in a white tree. That'd be a birch tree, and I don't think I've ever seen bees in a birch tree. So there, now we've got those painted. Then what we do, take our roller, and this is the beauty of it because I don't want to sit and mess with individual boxes. I'm working on making a hell of a mess. So watch this. There you go. Basically done. I go one direction, then I just simply roll out the other direction. And I know you're going, so what, Dave? That's not a big deal. You just painted the hives. It's like, yeah, but here's the cool thing, and here's what makes it go super, super fast. As I clean up my puddles, this paint's a little thin, so it could be an issue. You push everything to the side. You take your flipper, you move it over, and side two. You can't tell me that's not cool. Okay, handholds. And now, side three. And now side four. Don't need that note anymore. Big old globs of paint. Touch up the drips on the edges. One drip inside. That doesn't make that much of a difference. And I don't paint the edges in between. I'm a disaster waiting to happen. These all need to be waxed. That's what they're sitting down here for, and I need to build some more. So again, I'm just going to come along, clean up the edges here along each side and along the bottom so I don't have too many thick drips. And this whole thing, I want the biggest drip to be me. It's that dad thing again, isn't it? So there you have it. 5 supers and 1 deep. First coat, 15 minutes. But I got to tell you, it's actually less than that because you probably saw halfway in the middle of this, I changed camera angles. So that took setting that up. The next one even goes quicker because you're just putting on a second coat of paint. That's all there is to it. I'm going to go upstairs, get some foil, cover this up, clean up my paint, and I'm going to put a fan in here just to get move the air a little bit quicker, and then basically we're done. Real quick here, we're going to talk about how this is made. Well, I mean, how complex can it possibly be? These are 8-foot boards, okay? They're just 8-foot lumber, cheapest you can get at, you know, whatever your choice of lumber store is. And then I just took a piece of 2x4. It's 12 inches wide. That's it, okay? Put 3 screws down in the bottom of it. You can do whatever you want. I chose this 12 inches because I didn't want to get too much further from that. I suppose if you wanted to go out to equivalent to maybe 14, you could do that, and it might make flipping them a little bit easier. I did the 12. The 12s worked fine, and I stuck with it. So not much reason to put dimensions down in the notes. It's just a square 2x4 box, but that's what you got. Well, welcome back. It's about, well, I guess it's about an hour later, and I had a couple fans going here just to hopefully dry things out a little bit. Hey, I want to make a real quick mention about something if you're going to do this, and I forgot to say this in the first round, but when you've got them all put together, there's going to be some paint that drips in between. So I separated these apart before I started to dry them and went through and just knocked down the drips on the inside. Just a quick thing that you need to do. I am going to push these back together now, and you can see that it's 342, and I'm going to show you how quick it goes in round 2 when we're doing these. So push these back together, get them evened out, and start painting. Directly on my sock. I'm the sloppiest painter in the world. I'm going to admit it. Okay, let's hit these handholds real quick. I am pretty sure I'm going to have to do 3 coats. I'm only going to show you 2 because you don't need to see any more. I want you to see how quickly the second coats go on these. Because these will be on the hives, I'm hoping, tomorrow afternoon, if I can get my frames built, and that will be probably the video after this or close to after this. So a little foreshadowing into what's coming up. I've got a jig that I use that is as simple as this board in putting together my frames, and it takes me minutes. I can do about 10 frames complete in 10 minutes. So you'll want to watch that if you're building frames about how to do it quickly. It involves some tools. I'm not going to kid you. You're going to have to spend a little bit of money, but we'll get into that when we get into that. I may not have to put a second or third coat on it. We'll have to see. So there you have it, 10 minutes, and that's all it takes. It's just that simple. And you can tell that you could do a lot more on these. You could probably, I can't remember, I've filled this entire thing up before with supers or deeps and painted it. It only takes a few more, not even a few more minutes, because you're really just rolling down the line. So it's a quick, it's an efficient way to do it, and it kind of takes the pain out of it, only because I feel like I'm getting this done quick. So I'm not spending hours and hours. I used to paint one at a time, and I used to paint it with a foam brush. I don't know what I was thinking. So now it's just as easy. I am going to do a little bit of touch up, so I'm going to separate these out. I'm not going to show you that, there's no need for it. But that's what you've got. So if you're looking for a quick, efficient way to paint lots and lots of hive bodies and supers, this is really a pretty easy way to go. Not real sloppy, and just have at it. Okay, I got stuff to do, gotta get going.